Sometimes a single tragic passing can ignite something that none of us would imagine. The question is it going to be civil, you know what, or a civil revival? We'll find out. My name is Casey, and I started the channel in order to try to bring the truth to the American public who was obviously suffering, that would promote a future of fatherhood in America and use my experience as a therapist to try to speak based realities into the fore. And we must talk once again about whether the passing of Charlie Kirk will turn into the revival it looks like or the civil war that it could be.
For somebody that passed, it's not.
It's propaganda. I'm sorry, we don't hit that.
Alrighty. So, what's your name?
I'm one of the managers.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately,
Alrighty. So they say they don't print political propaganda. So this is
She got fired.
passed away a couple years
that's
ago.
political propaganda.
Look at her.
So this is for a prayer tonight, for a prayer vigil.
It's still propaganda, unfortunately.
What makes it propaganda?
Because he's a political figure, and I don't have to. Yeah.
Our general manager is going to be in on Monday. If you
No,
want to
it's
speak
totally
further
okay.
on
No,
the
we have-
subject,
we have
you would
lots-
like
we
to,
you are
have
welcome
other-
to return.
In the moments since Charlie Kirk's passing, we have seen a lot of celebration from one side of the aisle. Take a look
A
at
lot
this.
of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Charlie Kirk just got shot.
Well, breaking news, folks. Seems somebody just took a shot at one of the Fastest favorite 5-mile wide mouthpieces, Charles Chuckle Kirk.
More gratefully, and something that warmed my heart and really gave my soul rest since this happened, was that we have seen prayer vigils, we have seen rallies, we have seen people honoring the spirit and memory of a man who tried to speak truth to the youth of America, including one at my university, Liberty University, which was well attended. We've seen a revival in church attendance, people that just are questioning whether they should pick up the Bible for the first time because this man appeared to have gone unto death in order to promote his faith, minimally at least, and also the values of family and freedom to all that he spoke with. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Here's the thing that the person who took Charlie's life did not realize, is that eventually, had he continued in life, he would have continued in speaking so many words at so many occasions that he would have eventually cleaved off parts of his audience, as he said something that they would have found to be not exactly on brand or not exactly within their piety circle. And eventually he would have cleaved off more and more of his audience, probably looking something like the Bill O'Reilly of yesteryear, where, you know, they just go into old age having lost a lot of their thunder because the momentum would not have continued, quite possibly. However, in the way that he passed, he has calcified all of his speeches, views, and the ways that he tried to fight for young men especially, and that will go now into the history books as being legendary. And the views that have taken place on his social media and the support for his organization has risen exponentially since his passing.
Are reporting that the suspect lived with a transgender partner. Is that accurate? And are investigators looking at this part of his life as a possible motivation?
Yes, definitely. And yes, I can confirm that. I know that has been reported, and that the FBI has confirmed that as well, that the roommate was a romantic partner, a male transitioning to female. I can say that he has been very cooperative. This partner has been incredibly cooperative, had no idea that this was happening, and is working with investigators right now.
Since his unfortunate death, Charlie Kirk's social media has surged. CNN reported that his Instagram gained 3.5 million followers. His TikTok and podcast subscribers has increased by 1.5 million. His Facebook has increased by 2.3 million. And his YouTube main channel has now 4.5 million subs, which is up 3.8 million since the time of his passing. Prior to Charlie's passing, the U.S. Pastor Council reported that 52% of Protestant churches in the U.S. say that their worship attendance increased over the past 4 years, and only 15% reported declines. I could tell you the 15% are probably the ones that are waving the wrong flag in their services, if you know what I mean. The same article said that Bible sales are soaring. This was prior to Charlie's passing, and according to the survey in the state of Bible, in-person church attendance rose. In 2021, it was 38%, and in 2022, it was 56%. In 2023, it was 67%, and online attendance preference has dropped. So Charlie's passing really came on the uptick, or on the crescendo of a movement that was already happening. And this is the good news for those who might be celebrating his passing, is that the sleeping giant is awake, but it's not a giant that is going to use kinetic force against its enemies. It is going to recognize that the battle is a spiritual one between principalities of airs and spirits that we cannot see. And it is up to us as Americans, as the people of God, to rise in the right direction and to turn this into a revival that would highly honor the passing and the life of the man who may have come on the crescendo of waking the sleeping giant.
Lord. Shut up! Say Christ is Lord. Say Christ is Lord. Say it. You say Christ is Lord. Get out! Get out!
Vigils, the memorial services, the ways that he has been honored in the public, as well as the social media surge, are all concrete. And the good news for the left is that the giant is one of peace, and we have not seen riots. We have not seen protests that turned violent. We have not seen what we would have had this been a critical person on the other side of the aisle. What we have seen is the sleeping giant is now awake, and the good news is he's lumbering towards God and toward a union of peace in America. Just an addendum to this video, that does not mean that the people who are celebrating what happened last week should not lose their jobs. They should. It does not mean that we should not use political action and force to defeat these ideologies in public. We should. It does not mean that the church should not stand on business and do the best that they can to make Christ king over our land. We should. That does not mean that I would force out the detractors, or that I would take force in any ways that wasn't already having been earned by those who are celebrating his death. If you get fired for that, you earned it, and that is completely within bounds. That does not mean that the sleeping giant won't use the sledgehammer if and when it's necessary, and avoiding kinetic force at all costs, but using the forces of good to use political ends. It is time to use the force of good to accomplish political means, and the sleeping giant will do that with the hammer or with the Bible and the cross. Either way, the sleeping giant is awake.